Today I'm in my hometown of Simi Valley, California, at one of my favorite places to come. This is Corriganville Movie Ranch, now Corriganville Regional Park, part of the Rancho Simi Recreation and Park District. This property was built by Ray Crash Corrigan as a movie studio, and ever since then has been home to over 3,500 westerns, TV commercials, movies, everything you could possibly think of has been filmed here at Corriganville. Most recently, I think I just saw a Progressive commercial that's running on TV right now that was filmed here. Also, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino film, was filmed here. They recreated Manson's Spawn Ranch, which is actually right down the street on the Santa Susana Pass Road. In 1949, this property opened up as Silvertown. It was still a movie studio, working movie studio, but it was also a Western theme park. And at one time, there were more guests to Corriganville and Silvertown than Knott's Berry Farm. So throughout the years, countless movies, TV shows were filmed here. It later turned to Hopetown when Bob Hope built the property. I believe in the 70s, it suffered several fires. Most of the structures were destroyed, and there's been fires throughout the years. So all that's really left is some of the foundations, and then of course, all the beautiful landscape, the rocks that cannot be recreated anywhere. The Eagle Scouts just redid all the historical interpretive signs. We want to go see that. So let's go take a walk around Corriganville Park. There's multiple trails that you can take, or you can just roam around on your own. There's some strenuous ones that go up towards the freeway. Then there's the interpretive trails that just make a loop around the western set. So let's go check it out. This is Corriganville Regional Park here in Simi Valley, and right across the street they're still filming. There's an actual working movie studio. They used to film all the Hallmark movies there. A different company owns it now, but I think just as of last week there was a production going on because I saw the signs out on Cunard Drive. So real working movie studio, former working movie studio. Very cool. So let's head on in. If you're coming to make a day of this, there is plenty of parking. You'll see there's a huge parking lot. There's street parking. If you want to get here early in the morning and have breakfast or lunch, right out on Cunard Drive, Old Susanna's Cafe. Absolutely delicious. They have a beautiful patio. I just ate lunch there today. Had a chicken fajita salad because it is Cinco de Mayo. Picture Knott's Berry Farm's ghost town right here in the 40s all the way up to the 70s with stagecoaches and people and gunfights and shows, all sorts of things. Like I said, there were more people coming to this location than there were to Knott's Berry Farm at one point. And I see one of the new signs. Let's go see what this says. Here we go. Here's the interpretive sign for Silvertown. There's some bird poop on there, but the sign's in pretty good condition because it is brand new. It says, pictured in the photo to the left shows a reenactment of a fist fight along Main Street. From left to right are Pat Buttram, known for his role as Mr. Haney in the TV series Green Acres, and character actor Bill Willingham and Corriganville Movie Ranch owner Ray Corrigan. At the far end of town is the stable, for a home for all the horses used for the trail and the stagecoach rides. The rock formations in the photos above remain as one of Corriganville's most recognizable landmarks. The first fistfight shown in the image above was just one of over 40 different scripted stage shows that guests could watch be performed at the park throughout the day. Very, very cool. So this whole area in front of us was this theme park, and if you could see way in the distance up there, right about there is the 118 freeway with all the traffic going by. Here is sign number 6, so we're seeing these out of order, but it says, "Hi folks, your host Crash Corrigan in person." I'm your host, Ray Crash Corrigan. Welcome to Corriganville, where you now stand was once a sprawling Western-themed amusement park that also acted as the backdrop for many of the favorite movies and TV shows of yesteryear. While to this day it is still used for filming, it now serves as a main role as a public park. This town site of Corriganville has many names in Hollywood, including Dodge City, Mineral City, Tombstone, and Lone Ranger Ranch. Most visitors know as Silvertown. Whatever the name, people came by the busloads to be entertained by the Wild West stunt shows, as well as wander the famous streets where their favorite film and television celebrities once walked. So when I hike and run this, I usually do it the opposite direction, but for the video today, we're going to start here with the parking lot right behind us. Those gates that I showed you were at the end of the street way back there, the end of Smith Road. But we're going to start on the interpretive trail. The interpretive trail is about 1.2 miles, and the loop trail is about 1.2 miles. You can add the wildlife corridor, which is I think about 0.8, and the old stagecoach trail, which gets really, really single track, kind of disappears. So I don't recommend doing that one if you're just out for a leisurely stroll. But let's start here. Along the interpretive trail, you'll see signs regarding to some of the flora and fauna here. I think that's the right word. This is the Coast Live Oak. We won't show you all these because I'm more interested in the history of the movies than I am the actual trees that are here. But if you're into nature, you can stop and read all these signs along the interpretive trail, and there's another one right over there. But the historical signs are along this as well, and you'll see where they used to film movies underwater. That's really cool. So we'll head over that way. This pool behind me was used for underwater filming scenes. So those portholes right there and there, the cameras would go in there. This area would fill up with water and they'd be able to shoot underwater. I think it said The African Queen, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Jungle Jim were just some of the films shot right here in this concrete lagoon. Very, very cool. If you're into movie history, this is really cool. Something you do not see anywhere else, even at Universal Studios anymore. Here is sign 10 of 10. This is Robin Hood Lake, photographed in Technicolor. Robin Hood Lake, also called Jungle Jim Lake, showcased stunt rock from which Jungle Jim would dive into the water. To allow for underwater photography, a camera house was built and hidden under the bridge at the west end of the lake, which we just showed you. All the underwater sequences for the Jungle Jim films were shot here. So that's what it looked like. Right on the other side of this berm is the railroad tracks. The Ventura County Metrolink just went by heading towards Chatsworth. And if you there's actually a walkway. This pathway over here goes out of the park over towards the railroad tracks. And there is a tunnel back there. It's off limits, but I know people go back there anyway. And then right in the center is Camp Rotary that is used for like picnics, events, such like that. And just a few years ago, this actually was a huge fire came through here and it's regenerated itself really well. I was really concerned some of these structures are brand new. This structure over here where the portable bathrooms are has been rebuilt. There used to be some signs here that said Camp Rotary, but it looks like those have not been replaced. But in terms of vegetation, it's come back pretty nicely. A few years ago, after a major rainstorm, this whole hillside was filled with poppies, and every Instagrammer from San Diego to Santa Barbara was here taking pictures, including ourselves. I'll see if I can try to find a few and edit those in. So you have a split here. For my hikes and runs, I usually go that way because it gets a little bit more mountainous. That way continues the interpretive trail, so we'll continue to go that way, and then I'll come back and take you up to the top of the hill and show you some of the views from up there. Sign number 10, so this is the fifth one we found. They don't seem to be in order. So this is the Santa Pass Bridge, which is no longer there. You can see the remnants of it right there. So the Santa Pass Bridge is located at the east end of Robin Hood Lake. Movies that use this location include Susanna Pass, 1949, Twilight in the Sierras, 1950, The Three Musketeers in 48, Inspector General, 1949, The Swordsman, 1948, and The Flame of the Arrow, 1950. Look how beautiful these flowers are. Look at this. Wow, and look at all the butterflies. Sometimes my knowledge and history comes in handy. Just bumped into a couple that are visiting. Their son just moved to Simi Valley, and this is their first time in the park, and I was giving them the history, all the locations. I mean, it helped that I just read all the signs, but I do know a little bit about this place. I've been coming here since the 70s, so actually born and raised about 2-3 blocks down the street. So we're standing just above Robin Hood Lake and that area where they shot underwater. And if these rocks look familiar, you're going to find out why in just a few seconds. So this rock directly in front of us, also famous. It is called Canyon Rock. On the north side of Robin Hood Lake, east of Silvertown, is Canyon Rock, also known as Hideout Rock. The space between the tree and the huge rock was often used to simulate the entrance to a valley. The photograph shown is from the 1951 movie Jungle Manhunt. So some idiot tagged this sign, so I'm actually rubbing it off with my shirt. So give me a few seconds here. I'm gonna get this off. Okay, that's good as new. You wouldn't even know that graffiti was there. So this is the Trailblazers Cave. Cave was a fake cave on the right-hand side, built up from the plaster and the cement. Shown at the cave at the entrance are Bob Steele, Hoot Gibson, and Ken Maynard. Movies that use this location include Arizona Whirlwind, Billy the Kid vs. Dracula, The Rangebusters, The Fugitive, and The Tigerman. This is Vendetta Village. The first main set on the ranch was Vendetta Village, built for the production of the Howard Hughes film Vendetta, which began filming in 1946. The set was situated between Fort Apache and Silvertown. When the ranch opened to the public, Ray Corrigan renamed it Corsican Village. So look at that. It used to be right up here on this hill. Here is a bit more on Vendetta Village. The photo shows the main entrance to Vendetta Village, dated 1959. Howard Hughes built this for his picture Vendetta, released in 1950. I'm so excited. As I said, these signs are really faded and falling apart, and they just replaced them. And I never even know these two were here, so here's the other two. So this area was Fort Apache. Originally built in 1947 for John Ford's production of Fort Apache, starring John Wayne and Henry Fonda. Over the years, the set was used for numerous films, including Streets of Laredo, Escape from Fort Bravo, Apache, and many more. The popular TV series Adventures of Rin Tin Tin was also filmed here. The photograph shown was taken during the filming in the 1949 film Ambush, starring Robert Taylor. So that road is still back there. What you can see here is some foundations left over from what was once Fort Apache. And here's our last sign. This is sign number 10. Well, it's numbered 5, but it's our 10th. Fort Apache. The photograph shows Gene Autry in front of the balcony building during the filming scene of Indian Territory, built by John Ford in the later half of 1947. For the movie Fort Apache, the set was a location of numerous films and countless television programs. Notable films shot at this location included Fort Apache, Escape from Fort Bravo, Ambush, The Gun That Won the West, Slaughter Trail, and Soldiers 3. So let's take this in. This is a 360-degree view here of what used to be Fort Apache, one of the most famous filming locations in the Los Angeles area, Southern California. Now it is Corriganville Regional Park. We're off the main loop now, so we're going to go through the bushes up this trail that I normally come down when I do my 5K 3-mile loop, and show you the area back here. I don't know how much filming they actually did back here, but this is absolutely beautiful. enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And make sure to follow us on social media at the Funnel Cake Blog on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Normally we're out at events and theme parks and fairs, things like that. But today we just needed a break. You really can't get lost here even if you don't know where you're going. That way goes right back to the parking lot or to that neighborhood. That way goes back to where we saw that nice couple by the lake. And if you go that way, you end up in another neighborhood at a regular city park with a playground and all that stuff. So this trail I used to run 3-4 times a week. If you do the whole loop and then add this, it's about 3 miles if you go out to the road and come back. A little bit of incline, a little bit of hills. Definitely pretty. And get an A5K while you're in the park. But if you just want to roam around and look at the signs, you definitely do not need to come over here. And right up there where you see the Topanga Canyon sign, the little cut in the mountain is the wildlife pass-through, so you can actually hike up there. There's some trails on the side of the mountain that look really crazy. Those are not the main one up. The main one is over about here somewhere. And despite how steep it looks, it's actually not that bad. It's kind of a neat little hike. And this is where we ended back up, right where we saw that couple earlier. And there's a small little amphitheater over here. I have no idea what they do with this because I've never seen them do anything here. So I'm doubling back again, heading back to the parking lot. If you're not familiar with where this is located, Simi Valley, Corriganville specifically, without traffic, is about 20-25 minutes from Universal Studios Hollywood. With traffic, maybe 35 to 40. But on a weekend, you can easily get out here from Universal in 20-25 minutes max. Right off the 118 freeway off Cunard Drive, Smith Road. If you keep going down Cunard Drive, you end up on the Santa Susana Pass Road, which takes you back over to Chatsworth, which used to be the main way in and out of Simi Valley before the freeway was built. And even prior to that, I was telling the couple earlier, there's the old Stagecoach Road that cuts through Santa Susana Historic Park. You can actually still walk on the Stagecoach Road today. There was an area called Devil's Slide, which was so narrow that the people that were coming out here used to have to get out of their stagecoaches, remove all this stuff, and walk the horses down these rocks. And we were actually there a while ago. I'll edit in a photo, some pictures that I took. Right about now, there's a plaque there. And the trails from Corriganville actually connect to that if you cross the pass road. I think I said earlier in this video, it gets really, really narrow and kind of disappears. So I would avoid doing that part of the trail, but you can drive right up Lilac Lane Park at Santa Susana State Historic Park, walk right to it. If you want to continue all the way down the trail to Chatsworth, you come out right by Chatsworth Park. So you can kind of make a loop, maybe leave a car on either end or Uber back. Or if you want to hike all the way back around, you can do that too. One final shot here before we head out. This is the site of where Silvertown was, the little theme park. And also Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino film that was released just a few years ago. If I ever win the lottery, I'm donating all my money to the Rancho Simi Recreation and Park District and rebuilding some of this. My dream.